boxing was bigger than any sport in sports at one time. So where are we now? So obviously we've taken a downfall.
You think it's taking a downfall only in the world or only in America? Because I was going to touch on this subject today as well. I feel like in America, the American boxing fan don't support their own the way they support a foreign fighter. For example, look at the show that I was in and I attended. It was pro Mexican. Yes, it's Canelo Alvarez and he has a big fan base. But what was the support for Jermell? What was the support for Lubin? What was the support for
it wasn't any. But you're 1,000% right. You know, I had a lot of people call, man, they in that arena they was born that decision. Mm-hmm. I'm like, if you got 19,000 Mexicans and we fighting a Mexican fighter, and it's a close fight, what do you expect?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And getting back to your point, where were the other fans? Where were the black fans for the black fighters? You know. And that should have been a wake-up call to Jermell Charlo.
Yep.
Jermell is one of the most accomplished fighters in the sport today. Mm-hmm. But he just fought the biggest fight of his career.
And nobody came out, basically.
And where was his support?
That was crazy. And he said that in the post-fight interview, like he wanted to allude to...
How big of a fighter are you?
Yeah. And it's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you fight the biggest fighter in the game, and 95% of that arena was for Canelo, where's your support base?
What it do? It's 903 Boxing. I'm your host, Charles J. Say, man, Coach Cunningham alludes to the fact that black fans abandoned Jermell Charlo. I didn't want to do nothing today. Honestly, I was like, man, I ain't gonna do shit. I'm just gonna do some shit tomorrow. But I just stumbled across it, so I don't know. Listen, I think Coach Cunningham is a great coach. One of my favorite coaches in boxing. I think he's a stand-up guy. A lot of shit. And I don't really have no criticism towards you. That's your opinion, bro. That's your opinion, and I also have an opinion, and I'm gonna speak it. You know, I saw that Punch Drunk kind of led you into saying that shit because he was like, and you know, I was gonna make a video saying that, you know, why do American fans don't support the American fighter? When he said American, but then he went to like with Jermell and with Lubin, but you said American. Why you ain't pointing out the fact that Mexicans didn't support Mario Barrios when he fought Tank? They was not there for him. They didn't come to Atlanta. Wasn't no flights made. None of that shit. Motherfuckers wasn't scheduling no hotels. So I think all fans have selective support. Mexican fans support Canelo. That's it. Jojo Diaz don't get that love. Oscar Valdez don't get that love. So I just think Americans, period, we just support our fighter when it's convenient, I guess, for us or some shit. Or the shit we believe or whatever. So, I've roasted Moonshine several times. I really don't got much for you, bro. I just know that there's some shit deep within your spirit or some shit. I don't know if it's something that happened to you. I don't know if you was just jumped by a gang of black. I don't know if you was bullied. I don't know what happened, but you have a mission in life to... you just want to speak on black issues and expose black people for being frauds or some shit. I don't know. I guess we fake people. I I don't know, bro. It's some way faker shit going on in America than us, bro. It's a bigger fight. If you just looking for corruption, bro, look at our government. It's a lot of shit, bro, in this world. It's way more corrupt than black folks. We're not that big of a threat. We ain't but what 13% of the population. But we 50% of the penitentiary. We 50% of the homicides in America. So we not a threat to you or your people. But, so whatever happened to you as a child or whatever, you need to get over that shit, bro. Or maybe it's just a deep envy that you just really, I don't know, maybe you wish your hair was really a little more nappier before it fell out. Anyway, I don't know. But I'm not going to make my video about old drunk bootlegger, bootleg drinker. Listen, Coach Cunningham, he led you into that, but you did say that shit. You said, yeah, black fans, where was they? And you seem pretty upset. Do I understand it? What I need from you is understand. I guess I could understand it to a certain degree. Nah. Black folks, it wasn't that many there. It might have been about 174 black folks there. Maybe a little more. I don't know. It just seemed like it wasn't but 174 out of all those thousands. But listen, we've noticed this, bro. Whenever a fight's in Vegas or California and it's a black and a Mexican, it's gonna be mostly Mexicans there because they there to see the black fighter lose. That's kind of statistics. Maybe you should be a little more upset with Al and your promotional company that they put these fighters in these situations where they gonna get booed and shit like that. Maybe you should blame the why was they cheering for Loma and booing Devin when Loma's not even from here? So why don't you call out our fan bases? Why do Mexicans cheer for the white fighter to beat up the black fighter? Why? I just want to know these things. I just want to know these things because Fatback Fury got more love in America than most American fighters. If you ask me, I think Fatback Fury is the #1 star in America. Americans love him. He not loved in his country, but he loved in America. UK don't give a fuck about him. They wrote him off years ago when he was drunk under that bridge. But now Americans love Fatback Fury, and we accepted him. Another thing I want to point out, Coach Cunningham, I think you different. I don't think you just always seem like you've been the same, bro. I got a lot of respect for you, so I would never disrespect you. I disagree with you, and I'm explaining that shit. But nah, bro, I have no disrespect to say to you, bro. You just sound like a frustrated black man. But one thing about especially a lot of you older brothers, you motherfuckers just look at it from one way. You know, you get so upset with the youngsters and how girly they act. You should be more upset with the system and the conditions that led to single black mothers. So, and single parent homes. I wish you get a little more disgusted with the system and the shit that they do. You know? I'm telling you, I'm finna start a series on this bullshit ass law they passing. They passing in California where your child can cut his dick off now. So I just think it's way more disgusting shit that our government do than some shit that black fans do. Listen, also, it's a thing going on with black trainers. I'm noticing it. Y'all jumping ship too. You say black fan, I think black trainers are jumping ship with the black fighter. Listen, Herkovich got a black trainer. Janabek got a black trainer. I think these are black trainers from America. Fatback Fury got a black trainer from America. Ryan Garcia got a black trainer. It's a lot, bro. You see black fighters more than ever training Slovak fighters. Roy got a couple of them. Listen, yeah, we all fucked up. It ain't just black fans, it's black trainers. Man, I heard Andre Rozier, and he got a couple foreign fighters. I know he got that boy out the UK. Before Inoue ever be Cool Boy, Andre Rozier said Inoue is the #1 pound for pound fighter in boxing. Before being Cool Boy. I told you, motherfucker, even after being Cool Boy, he ain't on my, you gotta be Shakur, you got to beat Tank. And then you got to move up and beat Boots. And after that, your ass got to move up and knock out Tim Zoo. And if you can beat Spencer Crawford and jump to 168 and beat Morrell, yeah, I throw you at number 10. But nah, bro, it's just a sad case. But one thing I'm not gonna do. Listen, I can always talk shit about my people and the problems that we have. Hold on. Nah, I said I wasn't gonna disrespect you, and I'm not Cunningham. I got a lot of respect for you, but I got to check you. Don't ever say shit about black people or what the fuck we going through or what you think about black people on a non-black channel. I just had to point that out. I think it was well needed to say. If you're going to say something about black fans and black people or whatever you disgusted with, you should have said that to another black man. Punch Drunk is not a black man. He refused that shit. He don't want no parts of his African none of that shit. He don't want to claim that shit. He try to, I'm telling you, boy. But anyway, nah, bro. Yeah, you should have said that shit to us. Some shit. But now, I feel like we just abandoning each other. It ain't just black fans abandoning black fighters. Black fighters been abandoning black fans. I told you we ain't had really a real black fighter since Ali. That motherfucker used to let people touch him. Yeah, he used to walk his kids to school and shit. You could see him on a regular day basis. That's the last real champ we had. So, it's very hard to even get these black fighters to interview or get an interview with a black YouTuber. You ever notice that? How many black fighters really get interviews with black YouTubers? It's hard, bro. It's hard to get them to support us so that we'll support them. They don't want to come on our channels. But I see a lot of black fighters on a lot of non-black boxing channels all the time. But it's a lot of black YouTubers that's big as shit, but they can't get a lot of black fighters on their shit. Y'all don't come on our channels. So when you talk support, we got a lot of pull on this YouTube, bro. I talk a lot of shit and it's messy and it's a lot of shit. But you fighters are messy. Yeah, you fighters are messy. So this is nothing new for you motherfuckers. Listen, we got a lot of pull on this YouTube, bro. And that shit does translate into revenue. Listen, bro, I may not be the biggest channel, but I've turned many of my audience on to several fighters, especially up and coming fighters. It's people that, like, I break this shit down why I support certain fighters and why I believe in certain fighters. I break it down to where I'm not being biased. I just, you know what I'm saying? I explain why I fucks with Devin. I explain why I fuck with Earl. I explain why I fuck with Terrence Crawford. I explain these things. I explain why I feel like these dudes are real fighters. So, but I just think that, also, when do you ever hear a black fighter after he wins shout out his people? You don't hear that shit? So, we are never even acknowledged. So when you talk about black fans need to support, we need to first off acknowledge who we are when we fight. Because now we acknowledge ourselves as Houston or Philly, or we don't acknowledge ourselves as who we are. So we don't never shout out our people or none of that shit. Listen, yeah, it's a fucking catastrophe in the black community. We just can't seem to get together to do shit. We can't even get together and eat watermelon no more. We fucked up out here. It's a lot of shit, bro. But it's shit that's way worse out here, bro. It's shit that black folks just can't seem to control. It's a lot of shit that's out of our goddamn control. Like I said, we ain't but 12% of the population. We ain't got no bums and shit. We ain't got no power to do a motherfucking thing. I'm not gonna say we ain't got power to do a motherfucking thing, because unity is one of the greatest threats to America. And that is a fact. Even J. Edgar Hoover said that shit. Yeah, so, you know, it is what it is, man. We gonna have to figure this shit out. Like I said, bro, it's too many very good black YouTube channels, bro, that are not getting interviews with black fighters, and it's a damn shame. The people don't even get to know you. You motherfuckers don't talk until you talking to Fight Hype or Fight Hub, or unless you talking to a black athlete. You love to interview with them. But like I said, come fuck with the YouTube and shit like that, man. So yeah, this is 903 Boxing. I'm your host, Charles J. With that, I'm out.